Hello everyone, it's Jessica here with another layout for a Cherry on Top Crafts. Today is our monthly hop for June and it's about our favorite things. So today I'm scrapping my favorite books, and these books are by Rebecca Yarros and it's called Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. They're kind of about dragons and a strong female character, which I absolutely love, but dragons are not my typical genre to read about, so I really found this odd that these have been my absolute favorite books and I am obsessed. So I have pulled out the Cocoa Vanilla Great Escape collection because it had lots of orangey colors in it, which matched with my book covers here that I've printed out. And then I've pulled out my Spellbinders dies that are these little scallop shapes and they're kind of embossed as well. So I just ran a few of those through my Big Shot machine to cut out several of those little scallop borders to kind of put behind these little zigzags that I trimmed out of the patterned orange paper. And I did distress those edges as well on the little zigzags. So I just want these little border pieces to kind of peekaboo through the backside of that zigzag just to give it a little bit more texture and dimension. And then I've got my 3 photos. So my 2 books here, Rebecca is still writing these books, so I have to patiently wait for books 3 through 5 in the series. And it is hard to wait, let me tell you, because these books are just so good. I am pulling out a stencil. This stencil is actually one that I got a couple months ago. It's by, I think it's called Studio Light or Moonflower, but it's really pretty. It has these beautiful stars on it, and I just love it. I just think it's gorgeous. So I'm pairing that up with some stencil butter that's called Stormy, and that is by the Crafters Workshop, and I'm just using my palette knife to actually adhere that down. So I'm just kind of moving it across the page. I did draw a light pencil line as far as where my page, my pattern paper was going to go first. That way I knew exactly where I needed to be with that stenciling. And then here I am pulling out a stamp set by Lawn Fawn. This is one of the clear stamp sets and it's called Dream Big, I believe. And it's got these cute little dragons in it. And I just think it's adorable. It has little unicorns and little dragons in it. And I thought he would just be absolutely perfect to just add as an embellishment on my page since the books are about dragons. And I am just coloring him in using some Copic markers from my stash. So I have this cute little dragon guy here. I'm just using 3 different shades of blacks and grays, and then I'm using 2 different shades of kind of orange and yellow there that I will do his little spikes in here in a second. But I wanted to keep him mostly blackish gray because the one dragon is that color. So it's just perfect, and I think he's gonna look super cute. These are actually, you can make like little bookmarks out of these, and it has a little die that goes with it, a coordinating die set here, which I'm pulling out now. I'm going to run him through my Big Shot so that the coordinating die cuts him out, and he's absolutely perfect. So it actually cuts the little slits in his arms as well, so you can kind of like plop him on top of a book like he's kind of on a bookshelf or something. And I am going to do that with my one book here. So you see me kind of looking at him. I'm pulling apart his little arms so that they peek, and look at that. It's just so cute. I love him. So I actually am going to make a pretty big title on this, but it's going to be more so a big title and then a subtitle. So I'm just matting my photos here with some black cardstock. This is just a scrap that I had laying here. I believe it's textured cardstock that I used to cut my little die pieces out for my little scallop border strips. So I decided to mat my photos in all black as well. My camera kept messing around on me. My stand was giving me major issues through this whole entire video. So I keep messing with it and turning it back off. And I kind of like readjust it. You can see it actually falling in some of these frames whenever I fixed it, and then it just keeps falling down for some reason. I'm having major issues with it. But once I finally figured out what it was, I don't know why, but I had my phone kind of on there really wonky, and I had the stand pushed all the way in and close to me, and usually it's out quite a bit. So I don't know why I was having so much trouble with this, but for some reason it was just me being dumb about it. So I think I got it fixed here in a little bit so it stops flopping down. But I have all these cute little embellishments from the little die cut pieces and ephemera packs from this collection, so I'm just going to use some of those. Some of these little wordy bits here are actually cut out from some of the papers in this collection, but I cut them out for a previous layout and didn't use them, so I have them laid in here in with my little die cut pieces. So I'm using a couple of those. I like that Let's Get Lost because it's kind of like let's get lost in a good book, and I think that's just perfect for this. I've also I'm cutting out some journaling strips here that I printed on my printer beforehand. I printed it in a couple different sizes because I wasn't sure what size I wanted, and I have them here. That's going to go along with my title, but my title is going to say Obsessed, and then here I put on the right, like, I bought the t-shirt kind of obsessed because I actually bought several t-shirts and hoodies and things. I think I have 2 hoodies, a sweatshirt, and 1 or 2 t-shirts as well. I have some keychains that go with this book of the little dragons. I've got all kinds of stuff for these books, and I literally have never been that obsessed with books. Maybe since like Twilight, I think. But even when Twilight was out and big, I bought nothing to go with that book. Like, I didn't buy any t-shirts. I didn't buy anything with that. Of course, I was a lot younger, but I was not that obsessed with those books as I am with these books. And I have never been that obsessed with a book that I actually bought a t-shirt for the book. So it's a big thing for me. And these are my absolute favorite books. Whenever I saw the hop for this month was favorite things, I immediately thought, well, my kids are my favorite things. But then I thought, well, you know what? I scrap them all the time. So I wanted to scrap something else about me and about my life, and something that my kids can look back on someday and see like, oh, well, mom actually read books. And, when did mom read books in her free time? Because she was so busy with us kids. How did she have time to read? But I do read sometimes, and I do really enjoy it. So I can't wait for these other books to come out. And this layout was just super fun to do, and just to document these books and use all these cute little bits from this collection. I actually found a sticker in here that says story time, and that just worked so perfect for this layout. And I love how Coco Vanilla's layouts, or their collections, are always so versatile, and you can use them for literally so many different subjects and different things. So it was perfect for this. I'm just pulling out some shaker strips by Gina K here to put down these little wordy bits. I'm just cutting them apart and putting them down on my page just to give them a little pop there. And as you can see, I've added various stars and little die cut pieces. I love this. I love how this turned out. I think it's super cute and fun. I'm pulling out some of these little, they're not foam, but they're kind of puffy, but they're little puffy stickers, and they're all like this kind of charcoal black shade, and I just love them, and I thought they went really well with that Stormy stencil butter. Even though that's kind of more of a blue color, these are a little bit more black, but I thought they just went together perfectly. And then this, I needed just somewhere to stamp my date, and I was going to leave it like this whole, but then I ended up actually trimming this out and just using the white section of this little tag, and I'm just going to stamp my date on there. And as usual, I'm using my Paige Evans roller date stamp for that one with some black archival ink. So I'm just going to stamp that here real quick, and then I'll pop that down on top of my photo. I'm just using my ATG gun today, as well as my Deluxe Nouveau adhesive to adhere most everything down, along with those shaker strips and some 3D foam squares from Gina K as well. Here's the rest of my title. It's just going to say Obsessed because that's what I am about this books. I am really obsessed about these books. So I'm just popping that down. Those letters are just some letters from my stash, or some older ones. And then this by Vicky Booten, I pulled out that Where To Next collection because I thought that just looks like a little cute bookmark. And I'm just going to pop that right to the left of my photo. So here's the finished layout. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure you hop along on the hop list in my description to all the other fun creators today. I know they've all have amazing things for you. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for being here. Have a great day. Bye-bye.